are running out of time, Mr. Thiel.
I'm going to need access to every government database.
You will have it, Mr. Thiel. Nothing is more important.
Welcome to Every New Day. This is NTV News, and today we're talking about JD Vance and his inner circle. From a best-selling memoir to the halls of power, JD Vance's arc has been swift, but behind the public story is a tighter web. Silicon Valley donors, tech firms with national security contracts, and transatlantic ties that raise questions about who shapes policy next. Today we trace that network and ask whether concentrated influence is quietly reshaping global strategy. Before politics, Vance was best known as the author of Hillbilly Elegy, a memoir published in 2016 that captured America's fractured self-image in the aftermath of the financial crisis. The book told the story of his upbringing in a struggling Appalachian family, a portrait of cultural and economic decline that resonated deeply with both conservatives and liberals searching for explanations of working-class disillusionment. It topped bestseller lists, drew praise from major media outlets, and was adapted into a Netflix film produced by Ron Howard.
Hero, yeah.
But Hillbilly Elegy also made Vance a symbol, someone who could translate the anger of left-behind America to coastal elites. That visibility opened doors, first to venture capital, through his work with Mithril Capital and Silicon Valley investors like Peter Thiel, and later to political office. Vance's rise from Appalachia to Yale and then Silicon Valley was powered by high-profile tech figures and deep-pocketed backers who now sit at the intersection of politics, defense, and media. That convergence matters because when tech fortunes, private intelligence firms, and state policy overlap, the rules of influence change. The clearest through line is money and networks. Venture capital and private donors, most notably Peter Thiel and other Silicon Valley figures, poured resources and political capital into Vance's emergence. Reporting has repeatedly documented Thiel's early, large investments in Vance's political ascent.
I see a lot of crazy stuff on the internet about Peter Thiel. Like, you know, he's always been a friend of mine. He's always been one of the smartest people I've ever met. Like, just a very thoughtful dude. Mm-hmm. But he's literally never asked me once for anything.
So he just believed in you?
He believed in me.
Elon Musk is also part of the same orbit of influence. Public fundraising, endorsements, and shared policy platforms have placed tech magnates in closer proximity to political office holders than at any point in recent history. Le Monde and other outlets traced shared fundraising efforts and networks connecting Musk, Thiel, and the 2024-25 Republican ticket. But how does this influence move from checks to policy? 3 concrete mechanisms. 1, campaign funding and bundling. 2, personnel, the revolving door between private tech firms and government roles. And 3, policy framing via think tanks and media platforms aligned with these networks. Palantir.
Do you condone large private corporations such as Palantir hoarding data caches on U.S. citizens?
No, I don't condone it. It's about Palantir a lot because there's this internet meme out there that somehow I am super in bed with Palantir. Palantir is a private company. They sometimes do a useful service, and sometimes they're going to do things that we don't like. You should be demanding that your representatives do 2 things when it comes to Palantir or when it comes to any other technology company. Number 1, protecting your data. What's going on with artificial intelligence is going to mean that there are massive inducements to steal your data, to harvest it, and to use it against you.
Palantir, a private data and analytics firm with extensive security contracts, is often cited as an example of a company whose commercial ties intersect with public security policy debates. When a firm's capabilities become part of national security infrastructure, questions about procurement, oversight, and agenda setting multiply. This is not just a Washington story. European capitals watch Silicon Valley money and US political alignments closely, particularly when tech firms or donors also cultivate relationships in the EU. Reporting has noted fundraising and influence networks that extend into transatlantic policy circles, raising questions about how EU policies on tech, regulation, and defense might be shaped by these transnational links. That raises a core question. When private networks cross borders, do national policy priorities subtly shift to reflect those networks' interests? Vance's trajectory is marked by rapid ideological shifts, from early criticism of Trump to full alignment, coupled with an embrace by conservative tech benefactors.
Out on the campaign trail, Vance had the financial support of Peter Thiel and was moving closer to getting the key endorsement he needed from the man he'd once compared to Hitler.
In 2021, Peter Thiel takes him to Mar-a-Lago to meet Donald Trump for the first time. And Trump is very well aware of all the nasty things that Vance has said about him in the past. So he knows he needs to make nice with Trump in some way.
Some of Trump's rhetoric echoed what Vance had been thinking about since Yale and his exposure to Peter Thiel, who had become a major Trump supporter, drawn to Trump's disruptive brand of politics. Thiel had also become a supporter of Vance, giving him a job in Silicon Valley and helping him make important connections.
A dinner party is organized by an entrepreneur named Orrin Hoffman, and Thiel attends. Mark Benioff, co-founder and CEO of Salesforce, attends. Sam Altman attends. So you can see that JD Vance was getting introduced to all these powerful people. I mean, there were multiple billionaires in that room. And what Hoffman told me was that they all walked away really impressed by Vance.
Journalists have documented how this transformation reflected both political calculation and the gravitational pull of his donors' worldview. It illustrates how quickly political identities can realign when new coalitions consolidate around a figure, and how policy priorities can be reoriented under the weight of fresh alliances. What are the risks? First, policy capture, where commercial interests shape defense and tech policy without robust public oversight. Second, concentration of narrative control, when media platforms and aligned voices shape public debate to favor certain deregulations or interventions. And third, transnational influence that runs ahead of democratic accountability. These are not allegations, they are structural risks. Donors inside political circuits, combined with powerful private tech firms selling services to governments, create fertile ground for conflicts of interest unless transparency and oversight keep pace. Ask, who benefits from particular defense or surveillance procurements? Are oversight and competitive tender processes strong enough when vendors have political ties? How do European regulators respond when transatlantic networks influence digital and defense policy? Watch for these indicators. Staff moves between private firms and policy offices. Uncompetitive sole source contracts. Donor-funded think tank reports that mirror procurement outcomes. And sudden policy shifts where donor interests are clear. We're not alleging wrongdoing, but transparency and public scrutiny are the democratic safeguards that keep influence in check. There's that word again, democratic. So much has been said that is democratic lately. But at the end of the day, at what cost is personal freedom being sold off and your rights being overlooked? Concentrated power is not new, but the fusion of political office, tech wealth, and private intelligence capabilities demands renewed public attention. The right response is not paranoia, of course, but oversight. Clear disclosure rules, stronger procurement, transparency, and vigilant journalism, if that still exists. We'll continue tracing the networks and reporting the facts as best as we can. Because if influence is the new battleground, sunlight remains the best disinfectant. And we're still growing over here, and without your help, we can't go any further. So every little helps, and we thank you for your support. If you are interested in more of these kind of reports and unbiased reporting or journalism, then please hit subscribe, give this video a like. Every little help makes a difference, and we try to give a lens to those things that are often least underreported, and also try to provide a voice for those who are least heard.
Do not try to cross the border with this meme on your phone, or this meme, or this meme, or this one.
I have completely forgotten what the real JD Vance looks like at this point. During this interview, Vance says,
"You said thank you once this entire meeting?"
This sentence became a meme almost instantly.
Remember, say thank you.
Thank you. Follow us for more, and we'll see you in the next video. This was NTV.